Hey, Okie Tools here, and this is going to be my video of doing an oil change on my 2007 Ram 1500 truck with the 5.7 liter Hemi. Some of the things you're going to need and some of the tools you're going to need to perform the oil change. So you're going to need 7 quarts of 5W20 motor oil. I prefer to use full synthetic. I use this GTX Magnatech from Castrol. You can use whatever you want. I just prefer to use it because it's pretty affordable for a full synthetic. I use K&N Performance Gold wrench off performance oil filters. They're really expensive, a lot more than say the Mopar, which I got on there right now and I'm taking off. But I like the wrench off feature, and you know, since I'm using full synthetic and I'm planning on leaving it in there for the next 10 to 12,000 miles, I want a real nice oil filter to go along with it. So I recommend them, but whatever you choose to use, like Mopar or something like that, Fram I guess, should work pretty fine. You're going to need a large funnel. I prefer this extra large one because it just makes life easier because it's so long. You may need a oil filter wrench if you didn't put it on there before and you're doing it and it's not finger tight. It may be a beast to get off of there, so these come in real handy. If you put it on last time and it's just finger tight, it shouldn't be that big a deal, and I recommend only putting them back on finger tight. Just makes it easier to get them off. You need either a socket and a proper size ratchet, or you need a proper size wrench. In this case, mine is 1/2 inch. My drain plug is 1/2 inch, and I like these double box in extra long pattern 0 offsets from Genius Tools. I did a review on that, check that out. So I like to use these to take out the drain plug. You're going to need some gloves. You're also going to need some rubber gloves unless you like getting your hands dirty. You're going to need one of those, which is a drain pan, and I like this one because it has this area where you can put the oil filter after you take it off, and this area where you can put the drain plug, and it's all enclosed so it doesn't slosh around, or if it does slosh around it's not going to come out real easy. So I like that because it makes moving it easier, and it holds 16 quarts, so you can actually do a number of oil changes and have a container you can actually store it in upright out of the way before you take it to be properly disposed of. If you do plan on jacking your truck up, you're going to need a floor jack and some jack stands and something to chock the wheels. I just have those out. I don't actually use them because mine is far enough up off the ground. So those are all the things you're going to need to have to do the oil change. First thing you need to do is come up here and undo that. It just makes it easier for the oil to all come out, and you may want to run your motor a little bit for to let everything heat up and heat the oil up, and then make sure that it has plenty of time to cool down so it doesn't burn you in, so all the oil is able to go back down into the pan. Here's the drain plug, and you need to have your drain pan ready to go when you get it busted loose. And take my 1/2 inch double box in wrench and go ahead and put it on there, and then I'll go ahead and bust it loose. See, I got the drain plug out and it is completely dripped out into the drain pan, and it is time to put the drain plug back in and go ahead and move on to the oil filter. Here's the oil filter, and I like to get at it from the front of the block, and so it's not really any way around it. There's a lot of components and stuff below it that are just going to get wet from the oil, but make sure you have your drain pan underneath it pretty good, and go ahead and start taking it off. Put it right in there, and you want to make sure that it's still got its seal on it right there. It's still on there, so you don't want that you don't want it up here. You want it to come off with the oil filter, because when you put the new one on, it's already going to have one on there. So time to preload the new one. Okay, there we got the new K&N oil filter on there, and ready to put more oil in it. To put the funnel in and start adding oil. So as I mentioned, I preloaded the oil filter, which is a good thing to do, and it's real easy to do on this because it's vertical rather than horizontal, which is nice. And after you go ahead and fill this quart in and your other quart that you have, and then the 5-quart jug, it's time to get her started up and make sure your oil light goes off and that your oil pressure comes up like it's supposed to, and check for leaks. And then you might want to run it for a bit and make sure nothing leaks and everything looks good to go, and then you are done. This was my video doing the 7-quart plus oil filter oil change on my Dodge Ram 1500 2007 Hemi 5.7 liter V8. Thanks for watching.